Today, I would like to talk a little bit about common challenges in the PLM processes. And today, I'm going to give as an example three main type of processes. We're going to talk about the RFQ, then we're going to talk briefly about the ECR and the bid packages. I'm going to mention some common problems that we heard out there when we were doing our market research, and then I'm briefly gonna show how Kenesto might solve these problems and help manage all the business processes. So we're gonna start with the RFQ. I don't know if you can all see the little picture on the top right with all the chaos over there. But one of the problems that we kept hearing from people out there was that there's lack of organization. So first of all, there are too many processes going on at the same time. How do you really manage which one are being handled, which one are being stuck? What kind of visibility do you have really into your processes out there? Another problem that we heard is uncontrolled document environment. So for example, I'm sending an email with a few files attached to one of my vendors. I have no idea what really happened to these files and what happened to this email. This vendor might as well forward it to someone else, to a third party, to a friend, to someone in a different division, and I have no control of what really happened to my files. So that's another problem that we kept hearing over and over again. People are trying to solve this communication inside and outside of the company with emails, when at the same time it just creates a little bit more chaos because you have no control and no visibility over your processes. A third one that we heard in regards to RFQs are there's no really easy way to communicate out there. So most people are using the traditional ERP system, PLM system, which are pretty rigid. So if you really want to include people from other divisions or include your suppliers, you have to make sure that all of them are talking and speaking the same language as you, that they have the same software installed on their machines, that everyone can communicate on this process and speak the same language. So what do we think, what kind of a solution we try to bring into the table? So first of all, we were trying to create a tool that will gather all the documents together. You can use it later on as an audit trial. Everything is kept together. You can go back to your process and view all the documents that were attached to it. And everything is organized per process. Everything is, you have full control and full visibility of all the documents. What goes to the cloud stays in the cloud, security-wise. When I mentioned the problem with the email of files being sent outside, as we know in the cloud, Kenesto has three types of viewers, the 2D, the 3D, and videos. And unless a special permission was given to the other party to download locally the files, they stay up there in the cloud. So people can view it easily, but they cannot download it locally. So you always have control of where your documents are and who viewed them. We do have the functionality to view the history, who opened them, when did they open, and so on. And then equal access in the cloud, that's the point that I was mentioning about the viewing. Everyone can view the files regardless of any software. There's no need for any software to be installed on their machine. Let me illustrate how it looks with Kenesto. Let me just make sure that, yep, this is the right slide. What we can see on the top is the visual aspect of the process. In Kenesto, there are two ways of creating a process. One is on the fly, very easy, just as sending an email out there. the process is being built on the fly. So as you execute it, you can see more and more steps being added to your process, when you can, again, have full control and full visibility of where you are in the process at any given moment. Who is next to execute, who added whatever files. On the bottom, there's an example of how the files are all being kept in the same place, related to the same process, and it's very easy to track the progress of your processes. Let me move on to the next slide. The next slide shows how secure it is on the cloud. So on the left side, you can see the permission that you can give to a specific file. So when you attach a file to the process, you have full control who might see the files, who might download them, who can view only. On the right side of the slide, you can see the history of the file, who opened it, who viewed the file, who modified it. So everything is being kept very secure. And then this slide is just a snapshot of our 3D viewer. As I mentioned, now if you're about to communicate with external suppliers which don't have the same software as yours, they can easily view and rotate it. I cannot rotate it in here, obviously, but you can easily communicate with everyone inside and outside of the company. The next process that I would like to mention is the ECR, Engineering Change Request. What are the problems that we had here? I can give you an example of a company that we were talking to, which every time that they had to file an ECR or to have an ECR process, they needed consensus from different departments. So sales, marketing, engineering, everybody had to approve one aspect of this change request. And the way they are all doing it now is by an envelope on a piece of paper. And the reason is because mostly the PLM systems that they have or the ERP are really speaking in silos. So it's either to the engineering or to the marketing, but there's no really one tool that can help you communicate with anybody. And it's not just a collaboration tool. It's more of a process that has a start and it has an end, and you need to track the different steps along the way. So when we introduced to this company, Kenesto, they were really happy about it because it obviously saved a lot of time from an envelope that's going in one step after the other, just to have it in one time in parallel with Kenesto. Helps everyone dramatically reduce the time of the process. Another problem that we kept hearing is sharing product information. Again, this is the accessibility problem. Most of the traditional PLM ERP system, it's not that easy to access from anywhere in the world, and having a cloud product really helps with accessibility issues. So anyone can access it from his iPad or iPhone or Android or whatever you're using. Another problem that we kept hearing is keeping track of progress. So as I mentioned before, who is the next person to execute the step? Where is it in the progress? If we're going back to this example that I gave with the envelope, who has the envelope on his desk? What if this person is on vacation? Well, nobody has a clear accessibility to see what is the progress of the process. So again, we think the solution, there should be something that is cross-functional communication. Everyone, and of course easily, everyone can speak the same language, can access it whenever, from the road, from home, 24/7. And of course, control and visibility to see if there's, not only to see where are you in the progress, to see if there is, if there's a problem with your process. Because with Kenesto, there's a way to go back. If something didn't work as planned, because it's in a on-the-fly manner, you can always go back. So let's say that there was not enough information, or maybe the design of the part was not perfect and there were problems with it. With Kenesto, when you go back, you can see it visually very, very clearly, and you can see the number of times a person went back. So we believe that besides reports that we built into the system, visually, just by looking at the graph of the process, you can see if there's a bottleneck. You can see if there's a problem. And let me move on to demonstrate. So what we see in here is, again, this is a voting step, as we call it, that went, in this example, out to the purchasing department, marketing department, and the manufacturing. They're all getting all the information, all the files that they need to review, everything that they need to make a decision if to approve or reject or abstain this change. Very easily, everyone can communicate using Kenesto. It's just as simple as sending an email out. You don't need to pre-program anything. Everything is being built just in front of your eyes, just the way you want it, because in most of the traditional BPM, the problem is that you have to predefine the process, and then if something doesn't work the way it should, it's not that straightforward and easy to manipulate it and change it to work the way it is. So we move on to the next slide. This is just an illustration of what's going on in your company. You do have a PLM, but when you actually have the process, like the processes that I just mentioned, most of the people are not using the PLM, and they are being excluded from the processes. The next slide shows how easy it is to access Kenesto from any mobile device. We can see the iPhone. This is my iPhone. I was just participating in a process very easily. Same on the iPad. You can see the exact same process. Or your Android. Very easy to communicate 24/7. It is on the cloud. So as long as you have an HTML5, you're all set to go. And again, these are some reports that we build into the system. If you are the program manager and you would like to see what's going on with your processes, where is the bottleneck, who is not doing their job, what processes are overdue, you can always, there's a few types of reports, and you can always drill down to the very process, again, see it visually or see it in an aggregated way, and just improve your processes, make it more efficient. And the last process that I'm going to talk about today is the bid packages. Problems here, again, cross-company communication, how to communicate and include easily outside hassle-free. So what happened normally from what we heard is that today, if you want to include somebody, there's a lot of hassle of the administrator to add them, to set permission. What do you really want them to see in your system? This is your system. Like you're giving them an access to really join your most secured file. So this is a way that you can you include everyone very easily. No need for an admin or anything. It's just as simple as sending an email, but at the same time you keep all the files secured by setting the level, the permission level by view only, or allow them to download, but you have the full control over the process. Another problem that we heard is the unaccessed form structure data. There are many processes that required forms that maybe the company really insists of using the exact same forms over and over again, just because they can then manipulate the data in them. So in Kenesto, you do have a form editor that's really easy to create, and we can capture the data and manipulate it later. And of course, it is attached to a specific process, so you can always go back and review. Everyone can participate. Everyone can see everything again with permission, but it makes it really easy and simple for everybody. And as I mentioned at the beginning, some people, you know, if they're just designed their process and now they know that this is the exact process that they want, they don't have to reinvent the wheel anymore. They can create templates with Kenesto. We have two types of templates. So let's say that you are just finished to review your processes and you know that this is the one that you like. You can always save it either in a rigid way, meaning that's the way the process is going to be, everybody must follow the rules, or you can save it in a non-rigid way and everyone can manipulate it if needed. So this is what I mentioned before. Not always you're going to have the same real process twice because people went on vacation, because there are conferences to attend, because there are, you know, whatever reason. Sometimes you do have to go back for more information. So you can definitely use Kenesto as a template and then manipulate it if needed. I will just demonstrate how it looks like. So what you see in here is just the email. This is the email invitation that's being sent to a person that you want to invite externally. That person, let's say the supplier for that example, will have two options. The first is maybe he doesn't want to create an account, he doesn't want to, he's busy with his work, he just want to finish or submit whatever he needed to submit and forget about it. And then we allow a person to log into an external page. It will just look as an external website, no need to log in, no need to create an account. And he can just communicate, attach files, view the files with the 2D, 3D, and the videos very easily and forget about the whole thing. Another option is for this supplier is to create his account very easily just by providing basically his password and start communicating with Kenesto. Again, we try to make it in a way that it's really, really easy and simple for anyone to participate in a process. The next slide. Next slide is just an example of the forms that we have in Kenesto. This form, for example, easily being built with an HTML. This is the editor itself. You can create some components on it. As I mentioned, you can then use it. This is a blank form. You can use it and edit to any process that you initiate. You can then send it externally to the suppliers. Everyone can collaborate inside, outside of the company upon permission, and then you can manipulate the data once you are done with it. And next slide demonstrate the template that I was talking about. So you can see that this is a template. You can see that it's all grayish, and the first step is in blue. This is the bold one. This is when we're going to start executing very easily, because maybe somebody decided that this is the best process in the company and he wants everybody to follow that. No need to reinvent the wheel every time. If you're very happy and comfortable with it, that's the way to go. Just initiate a process from a template. That's about it. Getting started with Kenesto. I encourage you to just go to our website. There is a free trial over there, 10 days free trial. Give it a try. It's really simple, very easy to use. Again, all the benefits that attached to it is the viewers on the cloud. Take advantage of the cloud. Files are secured, easy to everyone to participate, include suppliers in a process just by as easy as sending an email. Keep all your documents together, and that's about it. If you guys have any questions.
Thank you, Maya. That was a great presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Darius.
Questions in the chat, please. Questions, comments. Remember Kenesto.com, and there is a free trial.
Thank you. The last slide, you do have, I added Leslie Manesian, our salesperson, emails there if you want to contact either of us. We can help you by setting up a demo, or we can help walk you through it. And these are the links to the website and the demo online.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Darius. Thank you, everyone.